Let's talk about deployment zones. Now initially the attacker, if this was a table all laid out, will come on his base edge, all along his base edge. The defender, because it's always an attack defender game, defender can arrive in his first 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So the defender can be spread right across the table up to 4 rows in. But the attacker only starts in the first row he's got, so there's got to be at least one empty row between them. That's the initial deployment. Now, at the start of the game, most of the troops of each army are on the table. However, some units will be off the table as reinforcements. When reinforcements arrive, the attacker's reinforcements can arrive in this corner, that corner there, or the other corner there. So the attacker, if he gets a reinforcement roll, he says, I'm going to bring my unit on, and he chooses from one of the 4 corners. Those are his deployment zones. Any enemy units sitting in those zones get kicked out. There we go. That's the attacker's reinforcement zones. Not the initial deployment, but his reinforcement zones. The defender only has 3 reinforcement zones. Let's assume this is defender's table edge over there. He can arrive on his left flank, his centre base edge, or up there on his right flank. That means the defender cannot arrive in the attacker's rear. The defender has 3 arrival reinforcement zones. His left, right and centre. I've only used templates in these videos to show what I mean by those zones. These 2 squares are an arrival zone, those 2 squares an arrival zone, and those 2 squares, they might have scenery in it or they might not. It doesn't matter. I've just done this for illustrative purposes. So the defender can arrive on his own right flank, at the centre and his base edge, on his own left flank. Whereas the attacker, as I said earlier, arrive in the 4 corners. If a defender unit arrives in one of these zones, he can kick out anyone else that's there. But it gives the opponent knowledge where the enemy might be coming from. And they arrive at the end of a turn. Those are the arrival zones for reinforcements, not the start of game, but for reinforcements. So they'll probably be used about 2, maybe 3 times by each player. Because most players are only about 2, maybe 3 units off table. 2/3 of their force will be on the table.